What's going on, guys? It's just Myfitteds, man. We're back with another video. Man, today I just want to talk about what's so special about side patches. Like, why does the fitted community love side patches so much? And honestly, I'm just going to speak from my personal experience. So when I first got in the fitted community, I didn't really understand what side patches were, why were they so important, what made them cool. But I feel like as I, got into the fitted community a while ago, seeing people post their hats, etc., I kind of get it. So when I first got into community, of course, the only thing I knew was like lids. And how I got into community was, what are you doing, Johnny? I saw like a TikTok of his that he posted, and I was like, man, like people collect hats. Like people have hats with like side patches on it. I had no idea what that was, because all I know was like plain Janes that I would see at lids every once in a while, or like I used to wear as a kid or something like that, So when I first went to like Pro Image in Woodbridge, New Jersey, I was like, man, they have a bunch of hats with different side patches and stuff like that. So there's a lot of hats that have side patches on the right side and a lot of hats that have side patches on the left side. So what I started to see was people in the fitted community will wear side patches that are on the left side. So I'm just like, okay. Well, I wonder, what that's about. Like, I wonder, but over time, I realized like the side patches is something that was like on like the baseball players' uniforms, and it took me a while to realize that. I didn't realize that, and like a lot of the side patch years matches up with the logos. But not only that, I'm just like, man, like I started to feel kind of naked with hats without having a side patch. So then I started copping a lot of hats that have side patches, and yeah, like as you can see, obviously, we got this Kanye, got a side patch on it. I don't think I would like this hat that much if it didn't have a side patch on it. I don't have a lot of plain Jane hats. I probably have maybe 3 at the most, and I have a lot of hats. I have like 100 hats or something like that, and I only have like 3 plain Janes. Now, granted, so plain Janes are hats that don't have side patches. Granted, some hats don't need side patches by any means. Like the logo and the color looks so clean that they absolutely don't need a side patch, and sometimes the side patch will ruin that. But a lot of the hats that do have side patches are extremely well put together. Extremely well. I'll give a perfect example, and this is just me being me. My basket White Sox, perfect example right here. As you see, it has a 95 patch. And I feel like it makes this hat look extremely well put together. Like if it didn't have the side patch, like I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't think I would like this hat that much. But since it got the side patch, I feel like the side patch adds character to the hat. I feel like side patches kind of adds character. But I'm curious on what you guys think about that. Like, do you feel like side patches have character? Now, granted, I know a lot of fitted collectors has been collecting hats longer than I have, longer than before there was a bunch of longer than there were side patches on hats, longer before that was even popular. Like there's a lot of people in the fitted community that's been wearing hats for years that have a ton of hats that with no side patch, and they like it that way. I get that. But since I came in the fitted community late 2020, early 2021, then I know I'm kind of sticking to what I like, you know what I'm saying? I'm sticking to what I like. We, in the fitted community, it's a thing, we all kind of stick to what we like, whether it's a team, whether it's a certain colorway, whether it's a favorite logo, like the 95 patch for the White Sox, that's my favorite logo. Now, there's 2 different ones now. There's, the big 95, that Ronnie first started that. So the big 95, he had a small one. I've always been a fan of the small 95 patch. And that's because Hatclub came out with a bunch of really nice, clean, small 95 patch colorways and hats. So I was a huge fan, always been a huge fan of the 95 patch. But a lot of people aren't. And, again, everyone has their preference. Not every side patch is made equal. Not every side patch turns out great. To be honest, like even with the Chicago Cubs, I feel like this All-Star Game patch is probably the most used patch for the Chicago Cubs, to be honest. All-Star Game 1990 patch. I feel like this patch is really the most used out of every single patch, to be honest with you, for the Chicago Cubs, which is fine because a lot of people like that All-Star Game patch. That All-Star Game patch is incredible. That All-Star Game patch is even on some White Sox hats. You may see it on a White Sox hat that I designed later, coming on later, either in September, sometime in September maybe. But yeah, man, I just want to know, like, how do you guys feel about side patches? Like, is it important to you? Is it necessary? For me, it's necessary. I own a few hats that don't have side patches, but mainly I like hats with side patches. I think it makes the hat unique. I think it makes the hat look way cleaner and different too, because when you walk down the street, not all the time people are gonna comment on your hat, because it doesn't happen, rare to none. It really doesn't happen that often, as much as people comment on people's shoes. But every once in a while, when I do have someone comment on my hat, they'll ask about the side patch. Like, oh, is that a side patch? Like what is that? Like why is that there? So I have to explain to them, like, oh, this is All-Star Game. This team was in the All-Star Game. This team was in the World Series this year. You know what I'm saying? So like World Series patches, All-Star patches, anniversary patches. So there's a lot of different patches, and different patches for teams. It's a lot, but yeah, I feel like side patches are super clean. Side patches are necessary. That could be like a programming thing. I could be programmed into that, but that's just what I enjoy. But I'm curious on, what do you guys enjoy? Like, do you guys enjoy side patches often? Do you have like a decent amount of plain Janes as well as your side patches? So let me know, man. Let me know in the comments. But hey, it's just Myfitteds. This has been another video, and you guys have a good one. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Peace.